Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. Hey, we've got some new subscribers on the channel, so welcome to you. If you're somebody who isn't subscribed to this channel yet, welcome. We would love to have you here. We're growing each and every single week. We're posting videos every single week. Today we're going to be talking about SmackDown. But if you're a pro wrestling fan, which, let's be honest, if you've clicked this video, it's because you are a wrestling fan. You should just stay a while, man. Hit that subscribe button. Stay with us. Talk with us. Chat with us. Get to know us. This is a community that keeps on growing, and we'd love to have you in here with us. We got to talk about SmackDown tonight, guys. Well, by the time this gets out there, it will be the day after SmackDown. So, I'm going to recap some things that happened on SmackDown, not every single thing. It wasn't, to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think it was that amazing of a show. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was kind of uneventful. Not a lot happened. I don't even think we saw Nick Aldis once in the entire show. Just to name a couple of things there, it just was like, I don't know. It was fine. It got the job done. Nothing stood out. I think it's because we've been kind of spoiled lately. WWE has been on fire with all of their shows. So, I mean, NXT, we haven't even done videos on NXT, but NXT has been blowing up, especially with the crossover with TNA, and, Raw has been great every single week with the Wyatt stuff. And then now you got the Bloodline things happening on SmackDown. But I think today, I think on SmackDown, we took a step or two back and kind of just put out a respectable show, but it wasn't anything unbelievable. Tiffany Stratton starts off the show on SmackDown. She comes out, and I was looking for the briefcase. I was looking, is it going to be pink? Did we finally get a pink briefcase? And I say finally, even though she's only had it for like less than a week. But no, she comes out with a regular white briefcase. I think she'll eventually get the pink one. She's already mentioned that she wants to make it pink. She wants to bedazzle it, all that kind of cool stuff. So it's fine. We get the first week with her with the regular briefcase, and I would assume she's going to change the way it looks coming up soon. So, yeah, we'll wait on that. But she ends up cutting a promo. She talks about how she's the youngest women's Money in the Bank briefcase holder ever in the history of WWE. So that's pretty cool. Talks about how it's all this Tiffy time. That's all we heard in this promo. And, Bailey's on Tiffy time. Roxanne's on Tiffy time. Liv Morgan's on Tiffy time. So I like the Tiffy time thing, but let's not drive it into the ground here. It's going to get kind of annoying if that's all we hear out of Tiffany in her promos. But Bailey comes out. They cut a promo back and forth a little bit. I like the people involved. I just wasn't crazy about the promo, and you might find out in this video that I might sound a little negative about tonight's show, but I'm not trying to be. I just want to say how I feel about it, and if you don't agree with it, completely fine. If you loved every second of the show, hey, hats off to you. But for me, it's not that I hated SmackDown. I just I'm not excited, but it's fine. I can't expect to be like that every single show. I can't. This show does not take any breaks. They're on every single week, so they're bound to have one or two of these, or few of these in there, where it's a fine show, just nothing crazy happened. But anyway, Nia Jax comes out, joins this whole trio, makes it a trio into this promo. Some back and forth goes on here. Eventually, what it ultimately leads to is Tiffy and Nia Jax attacking Bayley. They beat her down, and then, it looked like Bayley or Michin makes the save, is what I want to say. Michin makes a save, fights off Tiffy and Nia Jax, and then it becomes a Michin versus Nia Jax match, which, again, like I said, it was fine. It was okay. Nothing crazy. The crowd wasn't hype. I don't blame them. It was okay. It was all right. Nia Jax ended up winning. Then they end up beating down Bayley after the match, and they're about to leave. And Tiffy kind of looks over at Bayley. Looks like she wants to cash in. She starts to walk over to the ref outside the ring, telling him that she's going to cash in. And Nia, for some reason, comes in there and just stares at her, just be like, no, you're not cashing out. Are you serious? And Tiffy just immediately changes her mind. No, never mind. Don't worry about it. I wasn't cashing in. Let's go. And they both leave. So, look, I don't really know what to say. The build for the Nia and Bayley thing hasn't been great. Much like, and you can argue, the build for Gunther and Priest hasn't been great either. And we're going to see more of that happening on Raw this Monday. But so far, the Nia and Bayley thing, I know we still got a few weeks, but I want to see something a little more intense. Nia's promos aren't the greatest in the world. Bayley kind of had the whole, I don't know, it was okay. The whole teasing thing, though, I kind of don't like the teasing of the Money in the Bank cash-in. I don't really like it that much, especially if this is going to be what it is going forward, where it's always going to be like Tiffany is teasing that she's going to cash in, and then Nia's there like, hey, no, you're not. Look, it's me. And it just... it kind of gets a little old. You know, we've seen this kind of thing before in some sort of way, and I don't know. Anyway, it's fine, I guess. I like everybody involved. I hope this ends up becoming something great. Maybe they can get creative with this and make it more meaningful and cool and different and out of the box. I'd much rather that, but that was the start to our show. We do get a backstage segment here where Chelsea Green and Piper are outside of Nick Aldis's office. They clearly want to talk to them. The Yes Boys come up. They want to get in there and talk to him, but Chelsea tells them to wait behind her because she's in line first, and okay. And then LA Knight comes walking out of Nick Aldis's office, and Chelsea asks if he's busy, and LA Knight says, oh, no, Nick Aldis, he is. Yeah, he's doing a couple of more things, but he said, can't wait to talk to you. And then he leaves, and they just still stay there. They wait outside of his office while LA Knight makes his way to the ring to cut a promo on Logan Paul, which he does then announce that he's got a match against Logan Paul at SummerSlam. It's signed by Nick Aldis. It's signed by LA Knight. All it needs to be is signed by Logan Paul, and boom, we're off to the races. We're going to get Logan Paul showing up next week on SmackDown, and maybe he'll sign that contract, and we'll get this thing official. I wish WWE would figure out what to do with Baron Corbin. This is crazy. This is like the third or fourth attempt here, maybe fifth, maybe sixth attempt of trying to figure something out with Corbin, and I just feel like they don't know what to do with this guy. They got him teaming up with Apollo Crews, who I love. I love both of these guys. I've always liked them since day one when they showed up in NXT. I follow them all the way from NXT all the way up to now, and it's like they are just stuck in this like vortex of not figuring out what to do with these two guys. So their logical reasoning and solution is to stick them together, make them a team. Okay, well, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens with Corbin and Crews. It kind of rolls off the tongue. Okay, I mean, it's a weird team, but we'll take it. We'll see what these guys can do. I fully expect these two to become a team, like an actual team, and have the same ring gear, same color, same backstage type of stuff that Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin were doing before they left NXT. I fully expect the same thing here with Apollo Crews and Corbin. If they're not a tag team going forward, I'm going to be very surprised. Either way, they lose to Berto and Angel of Legado del Fantasma, and I don't think this is the end of this. I don't think WWE has any plans for either one of these two teams right now, so right now we're going to get a little mini feud. This is a pre-show match. Maybe that's what happens at SummerSlam. One cool thing, though, Baron Corbin flew over those ropes, and he did that partly because Apollo Crews actually legitimately, you could see him, like, push him further out of the ring, which was kind of cool to see. If that's a staple in their moveset, I'm here for it, but, I don't know. I like both guys, but, they're a team now, I guess. They're going to be a team. They have to be. I can't see where they team up and then they're not a team. These guys are going to be... WWE's going to try to see what they can get out of these two as a team going forward. That's just the reality we're living in right now. We get an opportunity here to see Cody Rhodes backstage sitting on a bench or something, and Randy sits right next to him, eyeballing that title again as always. He tells Cody, hey man, you're going to be out there with a bunch of Samoans. I got a bad feeling about it. KO is not going to be here tonight. He's with his family. So listen, I know you're not going to want me out there, but I'm going to be out there if things go down. So he said that he's got Cody Rhodes' back always and forever, which, man... They are planting seeds like crazy right now. This grass about to grow, like they're planting it. Orton just kept emphasizing that he's got Cody's back always, 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 forever, forever, forever. No, this is gonna break down quick, and I think maybe it happens at SummerSlam. Maybe Orton finds a way to screw. Well, I don't want to say he's going to screw Cody, but maybe he tries to help Cody fight off the Samoans after the match is over, after a post-match assault or something, and then he himself RKOs Cody at SummerSlam. I think something like that might happen, but as of right now, they are planting these seeds like crazy, man. That Orton turn on Cody is coming. Another match that happened, Naomi versus Blair Davenport. I expected Blair Davenport to win this thing. I mean, WWE looks like they actually have they have an interest in her. They want to invest in her. She ended up losing to Naomi, which I found very surprising. I did not expect it, but it kind of makes sense to continue the feud, because if Naomi beat Blair, then it's like, okay, well, I mean, if Blair beat Naomi, then it's kind of like, one and done, whatever. But because you're going to beat Blair, it gives Blair a reason to try to retaliate. She's a sore loser. She wants to keep this going. So they're going to stretch this out to a little mini program here. Blair Davenport versus Naomi. So this is where it's going. We're probably going to get a few more matches out of these two together. And I think ultimately Blair Davenport walks away, as the winner of this, kind of helping her and establishing her as a top competitor on SmackDown, as a top heel. She's probably going to do some, very heelish things in the coming weeks, and we'll just see where this goes. I like Blair Davenport, and I also love Naomi, but it's clear that Davenport is WWE's one of their projects, one of their future stars that they hope is going to happen. So, yeah, I think they're going to fully invest in her. We're just going to see what happens. Beating Naomi is great and all, but eventually Blair's going to have to be in some more serious feuds for the crowd to fully get behind her. After the match, Naomi's backstage. She meets up with Jade and Bianca Belair. They kind of walk towards the area where Chelsea Green and the Pretty Boys were Pretty Deadly were standing outside of Nick Aldis's office, and they're just waiting. And I guess Bianca tells Naomi that they wanted to try to get their rematch for the tag titles, but Nick Aldis is not here. He's not in his office. He's not here. And once Chelsea overhears that, she goes running into the office to see for herself. And so I guess Nick Aldis is not here, which led me to wonder, how did LA Knight get the signature from Nick Aldis then? Who was he in that office with? If Nick Aldis is not here, because it's not like Nick Aldis could sign that contract and then walk out of his office and go step away somewhere, because Chelsea was there the whole time. She would have seen him. So did LA Knight just forge a signature? Did he just come up with the contract himself and write Nick Aldis's name on there? I don't understand. Unless I missed something. Something was weird about that to me. Maybe it was a continuity thing or something that WWE didn't think we'd catch or they didn't catch. But how would LA Knight be able to meet or talk to Nick Aldis, which you can fabricate that as a lie, that's fine. But the fact that he's got his signature in a drafted contract for a title match at SummerSlam from Nick Aldis when Nick Aldis wasn't there, that's a little weird to me. I wonder if they're going to address this or if WWE is just going to pretend like nobody caught that. I don't know. We're going to see. Maybe we'll get more answers about that next week. DIY versus Theory and Waller. They have a rematch for these tag team titles. Great match. Like I said, this whole SmackDown moved fast, but there wasn't anything crazy or eye-popping. It was a good match. DIY retained. Again, we have the whole thing in the match where Waller accidentally hits Theory. They're definitely planting seeds there, too. They're going to tease this here. This is going to be, a turn between the two. They're going to fight each other. Probably at SummerSlam. As soon as SummerSlam, we can get Theory versus Waller. I think we're going to need a little more time. We got to get the crowd really behind Theory here. So I think you might need more than 3 weeks for that. Maybe not at SummerSlam, but the pay-per-view right after. Or maybe they just settled this stuff on SmackDown. Who knows? I don't know if it's big enough to be a pay-per-view PLE match. So after the match, though, Jacob Fatu comes running down to the ring. He ends up hitting Theory after Waller moved out of the way. And then he gets in the ring and he beats down DIY, which is not a great way to make your tag team champions look. I'm just saying. That makes them look terrible to get beat down by one dude. But maybe it's setting up the Bloodline going for the tag team titles, much like, the old Bloodline, how they kind of went after all of the titles. And even in Solo's promo earlier, the vignette backstage, he mentioned that the Bloodline had all of the titles in WWE. So maybe that was kind of like a foreshadowing hint that they're going to be going after all of these tag team titles or all these titles in general. So maybe that's what we're seeing there. Who knows? But Jacob Fatu cleans house, and then Solo comes out, and he's about to hit the ring for his promo. Solo cuts his promo, talks about reminds all of us that all the people who never acknowledged him are no longer here. Jimmy is no longer here. Paul Heyman is no longer here. Roman Reigns is no longer here. And if Roman wants to come back, then he has to acknowledge Solo Sikoa as the new tribal chief. And I don't think that's going to happen. But Roman will be coming back. But he's not going to acknowledge anybody as the new tribal chief. So, yeah, we get that. Cody Rhodes comes out. We get a little face-to-face here. Everything felt like so quick and rushed. Cody with a promo. I mean, if this is, they got to do a lot more for this build than this, especially if promo wise, because the physicality is there, but we need more promo wise between Solo and Cody to build this match at SummerSlam. But the Bloodline end up attacking Cody. Randy comes out for the save. They end up beating down Randy. They hit him with stairs, super kicks. They put him through a table. So maybe next week Orton won't be there along with KO, and then it really does just leave Cody by himself. I feel like the Bloodline thing has been great, but over the last week or two, it's kind of losing a little bit of steam for me. I expect these to be big every single week with the Bloodline, and this week it didn't really feel that way. I mean, kinda, but it's kind of normal behavior out of the Bloodline at this point, so nothing new. And I don't know if I should be going into every show expecting something new from anybody or any, factions or anything. But I mean, it was fine. The whole show together was fine. I can't really give it too high of praise, but I'm also not going to crap on it. It wasn't a terrible show, but it wasn't my favorite. Let me know how you felt about Friday Night SmackDown. If you enjoyed it, I would love to hear your thoughts on all that. Please leave a like on this video if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you here. We just got over 1,300 people. I am very, very, very happy about that. The goal right now in the immediate future is to get to 1,500. We can do that, right? I mean, we got plenty of time. I wanted to try to get that by the end of the year. That'd be amazing. But the sooner the better, of course. And of course, we want to try to get over 1,500 in general. We want to get as many wrestling fans on this show as possible. We want this to be the place to be if you are a pro wrestling fan. No other place to go. And I know you probably subscribe to and watch other wrestling channels and stuff like that. I mean, I do too. Trust me, I do too. What's one more? Plus, you're in here with somebody who loves this, got a passion for it just like you do. I answer emails, I answer comments, we do videos on this type of stuff. Speaking of, I am going to do another video of emails. I already got a few in there. I haven't read them because I want to do that as I'm doing the video, but I do have a few in there. If you would like to send an email in about the current state of the product or whatever you think, however you feel about WWE right now, send it to wickedbittermedia@gmail.com. And I will read it on the next video. We will answer it on the video, and we could all talk about it afterwards. I always screw up the name of my email every time I say it in a video. wickedbittermedia@gmail.com. I don't know why it takes me 2 or 3 tries, but I'm not perfect. Hey, I thank you guys for checking out this video, man. I really do. I appreciate all the support everybody shows this channel weekly. I mean, every video, I get the likes, the comments. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. I really, really, really do. I really do. I'm starting to recognize a lot of you. There's a good bunch of you who comment on every video. And I look forward to seeing you there. I know that you're going to be there, and it brightens my day, makes my day happy. I got a lot going on in my life right now, so whenever I see this, whenever I see new subscribers, when I see likes, when I see comments, it makes everything in my life just that much better and worth what's going on. You know what I mean? I truly do appreciate it. So we will be coming out with another video. Of course, I'm going to be doing the email video here in a day or two. Tomorrow, I'm going to go and celebrate my fiance's birthday. It's going to be all day, so I won't be around much. I might respond to comments if you guys leave them. But for the most part, I'm going to just give her the day of her life tomorrow. We're going to go all these different places. I got the whole thing planned out. She has no idea. So that's going to be pretty cool. But after that, we're going to put out more videos. Maybe the email video on Sunday. And then, and then we'll be back here to talk about Raw next week. So until we eat again, my friends, have a great weekend. Really, enjoy the weekend. And I will see you later. Until then, stay bitter.